ARCA Series Season 9 schedule. He is Alan Kunman. He has 3 season wins, and for the third time this season, he has claimed the top spot in the championship point standings. He is Adam Ring Around the Bosey. He has 4 season wins and has claimed the top spot in the championship point standings twice, only to have it taken away each time by Kunman. Kunman leads Bosey by a mere 4 points, mostly due to Kunman's ability to outcollect Bosey when it comes to bonus points. But while Kunman and Bosey have combined for 7 season wins, 5 other drivers have been victorious this campaign, and a half dozen do have, well, bonus points for earning pole. With only tonight and the season finale at next week in Rockingham, before the championship is crowned, every point tonight, every lap, every corner will be crucial. So pull the lever on the lazy boy and settle in for the excitement of simulator ARCA car racing. A warm Music City hello and welcome on this Tuesday, November 15th, 2025. Josh Granny Hips Buxley joins yours truly, Bill Soupson, high up in the VGN broadcast booth to bring you our words eye view, turning the knobs and pushing the sliders. Is the boss man, Lowell Jewell. All right, Josh. Well, the broadcast crew came to Nashville Fairgrounds, and while your booth partner was riding the Ferris wheel and eating cotton candy, you were studying the racetrack. What can you tell us about tonight?
I think this is going to be a pretty interesting one. Obviously, you got a points championship going into it with just 2 races left. So, curiosity to see if we do get a second or a half of a second lane here as everything wears down here tonight. Obviously, track change from practice. We went from about 107 degrees track temp, now dropping in qualifying it's down to 70 degrees. So that's a big change in qualifying alone. So I'm really curious to see how this track changes before they get going tonight.
You know, VGN and Triple Bypass would like to thank the 2025 Patreon Pit Crew members. The league operates on donation, and these drivers are showing their support through Patreon. There are 2 tiers available that come with some special perks. You can join for as little as $5 a month. Once again, thanks to the Patreon Pit Crew for their support and making this broadcast possible. All right, practice is just about done. We're going to wait just a second here, and then we'll wait for the session to kick over, and then we'll bring up the points and tell you about that. Very good series so far. Remember, it's a traditional, sorry, I almost said the wrong league here. Traditional triple bypass racing rules. We're going 150 laps. They do get 1 set of tires in the pits, so 2 sets, one that they start the race on and an extra one they can use. There is a fast repair, so you get what my partner likes to call a mulligan if you make a mistake. Now, we talked a little bit about bonus points. There are bonus points awarded for pole, for leading a lap, and for most laps led, and that could be the difference when it comes to the championship. And there's your championship points right there. You can see the difference between Alan Kunman and Adam Ring around the Bosey, not shown as Kunman. He has 14 of those bonus points, while Bosey only has 11. Not sure if the math still works for Brad Kress, who is still hunting his first season win. Terry Brooks won at Dover. Justin Baxter did the same at Kern. Matthew Harmon is winless, but he does lead all drivers in collected incident points, so there's something. Caleb Brown's best finish was 3rd at Bristol. James Honeycutt likes California. His best results were podiums at Kern and Irwindale. But for some reason, he took off the road course at Sonoma, as they were out in California 3 times. Al Corey has yet to podium, but he does have a pair of 5th place finishes. And Nicholas Shuffle Up and Deal is the only driver in the top 10 without a single bonus point to his credit. All right, they're starting to grid up here, and so we'll give you this right now. Now, remember, we'll tell you about this again. Bonus point for starting on the pole, and it's very important to Kunman and to Bosey to get that, but unfortunately, neither one did. On the pole is going to be James Honeycutt, the man we just talked to, who loves California, with Alan Kunman, the points leader, outside of him. Partner, who's in row 2?
Row 2, you're going to have Chad Winstead. To his outside is Mark Hertzog.
We'll populate row 3 with Caleb Brown and Justin Baxter.
Row 4 is Chad Bear, and to the outside, Cameron Kane.
Matt Hartman, he'll be starting in the 9th position, inside of the man who sits 3rd in points, Brad Kress.
Starting 11th is going to be Sean Bradley. To his outside is Adam Bosey.
Look how far Bosey is back there, all the way in 12th. Got a long way to go, but he's got 150 laps to get there. Curtis Mitchell, he'll be starting in the Baker's Dozen spot inside of Al Corey.
15th is going to be David Rose. To the outside is Adam Shaw.
Ryan Hyatt in the 17th spot. 18th belongs to Angel Resendez.
19th, you're going to have Matt Alfredson, and to his outside is Mark Jarrell.
Tyler Rulis hits blackjack with Samson Lewis Jr. in the double duck spot.
And 23rd, you're going to have John Crutchley.
There you have it. The parade lap is done, and now we get down to business. One more time around here under the lights. It is 8:32 simulated time here on a beautiful March 31st evening. I'd like to thank Mark Hertzog also for making this possible and having VGN come in and do this broadcast. Mark, been on many a VGN broadcast, and we thank him once again for allowing us to do this. The pace car's in. You know what to do. James Honeycutt waits and waits and waits. Gather up the chickens, say cover on the cows, because the horses are out of the barn. And look at the drive from the outside. That's your points leader, Alan Kunman, making a move. Honeycutt on the inside drifts up. They stay off of each other. They drive down hard, down into 3 and 4. They continue to, looks like the outside lane is going to prevail. Honeycutt fights back. Getting credit for leading lap 1 will be your points leader, and he secures that spot.
Yeah, great drive by Kunman there to get going and try to clear the inside car there. Holding them tight, but he did what he had to do. Good clean racing there with the cold tires.
Oh, my goodness. Honeycutt drifts up and almost gets into Winstead. Winstead gives them enough room, and now they start to go single file. Our first battle is the man stuck on the outside. It's the 58 of Justin Baxter. He's trying to make that outside line work. He's working on the outside of Caleb Brown.
Yeah, he's not going to want to stay out there very long, especially early like this. The first couple laps is going to be fine, but the more and more he's stuck to the outside, the more it's going to chew up his tires.
And we have a pass for the lead. Look at this. Honeycutt coming back, gets underneath Kunman, and so he's out in front. Remember, Kunman now gets that bonus point for at least leading one lap. Honeycutt back out there. Oh, look at this. Kunman is now struggling because of the 97 of Winstead making a move.
Yeah, I'm really curious what Kunman's plan is here. If he's just trying to ride now that he got that bonus point, knowing that Bosie's a little bit back there. So just trying to, keep that cushion as much as he can and just ride it out.
Working the top side is the 58. He likes it up there, Justin Baxter. I don't know if he's up there by choice, if he's stuck up there, but he's making it work. The 17 underneath him of Brown is having trouble, and now Brown is losing momentum as he runs up onto the tail end of Mark Hertzog.
Yeah, Brown's definitely getting a little tight on the bottom, seems to drift up a little bit. I know the bumps are down there are not helping the car at all, but
Baxter continued to work. Great racing. We have been green so far. Working lap number 8. Looking back through the field, trying to see how Bosie is doing. Looking for him in the timing and scoring. He's racing now up into 9th spot.
yeah, for him right now, you just got to be patient. There's still plenty of time in this race. Just, take the positions as you can get them. You want to slowly work your way to the front, but still plenty of time.
Bosie having a nice run. So far, we are green all the way. This has been a good one. 150 laps. Let's see if we can do it. Remember, they have 100% fuel, so they can go a long way before they have to stop for petrol.
I see Justin Baxter still stuck on the outside. He's just not getting a break here from any of the guys under him.
Working the car underneath him. That is Chad Bear. Baxter is not doing well. Trying to close up behind Bear is Matt Harmon.
Yeah, Harmon's trying to do basically what any other guy behind is going to do, is try to fill that gap so the 58 can't get down, but it looks like the 58's going to clear.
And he finally does, and so that makes it single file through the entire field. It took us a long time to get there, but Baxter finally got down to the inside, and now everybody's in a nice little, well, it looks like New Year's Day in Pasadena. We got a nice little parade going on here.
Yeah, the leader Honeycutt, he's definitely got a lead going on here. He's definitely picked up a good distance as he goes to put the 007 down a lap here.
Let's go back and look at Matt Harmon racing in 8th position. Harmon made a shot at Baxter, tried to get underneath him again. It didn't work, lost momentum. Now he's backing up. The guard to watch is Bosie. There's his car on the outside. That's a car that's in trouble. And with Samson Lewis, he's one lap down, getting out of the way of everybody. You look at that right there, you can see just at the top of the screen there is Honeycutt. Out of the picture, he knows that he has that extra set of tires, and he's gonna race these for all they're worth and come in and get another set.
Yeah, he's definitely wheeling it right now. That's obviously good for him at this point, but the big concern you're going to have is as these tires wear down, like, are you going to, all of a sudden that, anchor is going to come right out of the back and everyone's going to catch you. So going to have to wait and see how that works.
Not a lot of big movers through the field. Passing has been at a premium. Bosey is up 3 spots. Right behind Bosey, Curtis Mitchell is also up 3 as they race back in 9th and 10th right now.
Bosey trying to pick up a spot on the 58 here that got tight and into the last corner and went really high. I don't know if he was just trying to let Harmon go, but.
Yeah, let's look up here at second position. There's the lap car that is taking the inside line as the way to get around. And I really can't blame him because I'm not sure which is the preferred line. And I guess he's going to take it down low and let everyone go around high.
Yeah, it's hit or miss depending on the driver you are. But the biggest thing is as long as you're consistent with the line that you're running, he's staying pretty low and out of the way. So that's definitely good. But as long as you're staying consistent and staying in the same lane, all the drivers know where you're going.
That was Tyra Arulas who does a real good job of getting out of the way. So you got Honeycutt way out in front. Then you got the train of about 4 or 5 cars back that goes all the way back to the 91 of Chad Baer. People beginning to feel it out. I got to give a tip of the hat to these guys. When I've been doing sim racing for too many years to mention, and whenever I see in the rules package that there's a fast repair, well, basically, that's just permission for people to drive like idiots. And that's not the case here. These guys are doing a really good job.
No, every race that we've covered, even the other races that I've seen, these guys do a great job. They're very respectful on the track. Obviously, mistakes happen. That is racing, especially short track racing, but these guys do their best, every race, given plenty of room and, do a really good job of being respectful out there, even if they know they have that fast repair.
All right, let's look at Bosey. He got to the inside of Harmon and he picks up one more spot. Oh, a little bit of a hokey doke, little hucklebuck, little dip-to-do up and under there as Harmon tries to come back on the inside. This is going to be interesting. I think maybe Bosey might have got a little bit of the wall there coming off of 4. Now they're side by side. I have no idea the preferred lacing line. Bosey says, Soup, I'll tell you, it's the outside as he rolls by.
Yeah, as these tires wear, the outside might become the preferred lane. Just going to be harder to stick on the bottom, and you saw that Harmon there was getting a little tight and trying to drift up and not get into the 83 there. So definitely curious to see how that goes. That looks to be the way of it right now.
Oh, they were too wide for a while. Then they came up on the back of Samson Lewis, whose car is really struggling out there. He is way off the pace. I feel for you, baby. They get it sorted out.
Yeah, there's a big difference in the track temperature right now. At the start of the race, we were like 68 degrees, where in practice we were at about 107, 108 degrees track temp with the sun beating down on the track. So it's completely different from what these guys were running in practice.
We're looking at the side-by-side battle with Bear on the inside and the 17 of Chad Brown on the outside. Oh, they go around, they get into Hertzog. Bear and Hertzog get together. Did Hertzog go far enough? Are we going to get the caution? I guess we do. We'll get the replay right now. And there's Hertzog in the yellow machine, goes around.
Yeah, it just looks like, I believe that's the 91. Just gets in a little hot, tries to woe it up, not to get into Hertzog, and just a little too much hot sauce in there going into the corner and just not able to woe it down quick enough.
Well, I'm not sure if we're able to call up a driver here, but we'll see if we can we see James Honeycutt as he's available for an interview? We'll call up our points leader here. I mean, our race leader. James, it's Soup up here in the booth. You have a minute to talk to us?
Yep, I got y'all.
All right. Well, nice battle going on there with Cummin. You got to the lead, and then he took it away from you, and then you came back, and you've really been out there running hard. You feel good about the tires?
I'm feeling pretty good. Started changing up my throttle on the corners the last 20 laps, so hopefully that'll play a factor in the long run.
Do you have a pit stop strategy? Well, certainly taking 4 or 2. What do you think it's going to be?
I'm still thinking. It depends on how the rest of this race goes with cautions.
All right. We'll go out there and get him. You're having a nice, clean race so far.
10-4. Thank y'all.
Oh, and if you're playing the VGN consumption game, go ahead and take a sip of soup. Hog the interview again. I forgot that I have my partner here. I'm going to learn to share the microphone. 32 laps of 150 out of the way. Your points leader, Kunman, sitting in second. The man chasing him in the points, Adam Bosey, well, he's up 7 spots into 5th. Kunman has the bonus point for leading 1 lap.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting to see some of the cars come down pit road early to get, I don't know if they got tires, but I think it's a little early personally to be getting tires, but it looks like some of the strategy some of these guys might have taken, so we'll see how it plays out here.
I did not check, but I'm assuming that 100 or 100% fuel won't let them go the whole way, so maybe they came in and topped off. Okay, we go green. Look at the jump out in front from Honeycutt. Man, he's feeling it right now. Kunman tucks into second. Rolling on the top side is Caleb Brown. He's got Adam Bosey underneath him. This is important. Bosey does not want to sacrifice that spot, stuck on the inside. My partner says that maybe being on the inside for a long time, using up the tires, I almost wonder if Bosey just wants to surrender that spot, tuck back in. He does not. He's fighting for it.
Yeah, I don't know how much with the worn tires he's going to be able to hold on down here on the bottom. It looks like the outside is definitely rolling, and everybody else seems to be following on that outside line, or more towards the outside line. So, as you see the 91 try to take a look on the outside of Bosey there.
They continue to race. Again, the top side is the place to be. Chad Barr, who was involved in that Lance incident a little bit, trying to roll around the top. Bosey underneath. Bosey had made up all those spots, but now beginning to fall a little bit as he is pinned to the inside. And keeping him pinned down there is going to be Josh Bradley. He's working the outside. He's going to see if he can follow Bear around.
Yeah, this is going to be one of those freight train kind of deals if Bosey cannot find his way up to the top here soon. So I'd be starting to look in my rearview mirror and see where the gaps are and try to do a little lifting if I can to kind of get a gap here.
We'll wait to get that settled down. I'll just tell you that, boy, there's Bosey is really struggling. He does not like that inside, and there's just no way for him to get out. We got to go up front right now because the dynamics have changed a little bit. James Honeycutt, who was dominating the first 30 laps of this race, well, he hasn't been able to drive away from it now. You got to wonder, maybe he used up a little bit of his stuff there because Kunman is on him.
He did make a mention about how he was changing his line a little bit. I don't know if he's maybe still thinking of trying to do that just to see if he can keep in front of Kunman here, because obviously my bigger concern is how bad he was driving or how much he was driving away earlier. Does that really wear on the tires? So I think we're kind of seeing it a little bit here.
I do not want to harp on this bonus point thing too much, but with the race so close between Kunman and Bosey, bonus points are important. Now remember, there is a bonus point for leading the most laps. Right now, Honeycutt has got 38 of them, and if Kunman wants to get that bonus point, he's got to be thinking, maybe I should be out front right now because every lap that Honeycutt leads is just one more lap I'm going to have to lead to get that extra bonus point.
I think yes and no with that. I think Kunman's pretty patient kind of guy. He kind of knows what he has, knows what he's doing, or at least from what I've seen from him. Having the gap to Bosey, I think, helps him, and knowing he has that bonus point for leading a lap is definitely a good buffer. So I think he's really content where he's at right now. Later in the race, that might change, but if I were him, I'd be just fine riding where I am.
Remember when we started this stint, when we went green, Bosey was up into 5th. Things did not go well. He has finally got to the outside, but he's fallen to 8th position. Still plenty of time for Ring Around the Bosey to get up there. We are back to a single file parade right now.
Yeah, it's definitely nothing more frustrating when you know you're trying to get up towards the front. You know the guy that you're chasing down for the championship is up there. He's led a lap. He's got that extra point, and you're doing everything you can, and you're just stuck on that bottom, and people are just driving around your outside.
A little bit of a battle going on there, and again, the lap car doing a good job of getting out of the way. Easy, boys. Love that camera shot, director. That was a good one. Let's stay on this a while longer. This is so fun. One camera all the way around the track gives your eyes a chance to relax. Do we have a caution flag? I believe it is. Oh, my goodness. Is Mark Hertzog again? No. No, it is not. It's Mark Jarrell in the 81. Self-spin. Whoops.
Yeah, it just looks like trying to give it a little too much gas on exit there and just trying to put a little too much wheel in it. Maybe it got tight and he tried to just crank the wheel a little more and it just around she went.
Well, Mark, that's why God created fast repairs. Go on in there, get that car taken care of. Or maybe not. Maybe keep that like an ace up your sleeve for later. You don't want to use them up too early if the car's raceable. All right, we're going to share the interview this time. Is Ring Around the Bosey possible? Adam Bosey, is he available for interview sitting in 7th spot? Oh, we don't have him. We don't do this often enough, so we don't know who's available and who's not. We'll try one more here as we're a little bit of a learning curve. How about Adam Kunman, our points leader, sitting second right now, car number 3. Can we talk to him? Strike 2. Wait a minute. I'm still at the plate. We're going to go one more. I know we can talk to this guy. Car number 97, Chad Winstead. Let's talk to him. I'm sure he's available. Oh, the pitcher's on fire. I'm blown away. Hey, remember, if you are a driver in this series and you want to be part of the interview, go ahead and make yourself available. We'll do a better job. Maybe I will take a peek down there and see who's available next time. Well, our chance for an interview is long gone. I do want to mention, though, Mark Hertzog, who had that spin earlier, has worked his way up now, sitting in 5th position. Oh, sorry, 15th position. Missed a digit. Big movers are still Sean Brady, Adam Bosey, Curtis Mitchell, all up 5 spots. They race right behind each other, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Go ahead, man.
I'm going to point out Bosey's going to be stuck on the bottom for this restart again. So let's see if he has a little better luck this time or if he's going to get freight trained by the outside again.
We will do that. We'll see how the leaders play out. Then we'll jump back and check on the man who's trying to run down Kunman. Now, remember, when this race started, the number 3 on the outside was able to get the best of Honeycutt. I'm surprised that Honeycutt has chosen the inside line here. Oh, he gets a good jump, though. See you later. Soup, don't question my strategy, says James Honeycutt as he flies away. Now here's the man to watch out for. This is Chad Winstead. Winstead knows how to race that number 97. Can't make the inside line work as the outside of Kunman rolls around the top side. But watch out for that 97 when we get closer to the checkered flag.
Yeah, you're also going to see Bosey doing a little bit of a better job on this restart. He was definitely sending it in a couple corners to try to get into the 77. Looks like he's going to get in front of the 316 here and get himself situated pretty quickly.
Oh, no, the 316. I hate a man that has 3 digits on the car. That always slows you down. The extra weight from the extra paint. But that is Curtis Mitchell getting underneath Bosey. Bosey knows we have a long way to go. I'm on the outside now, but that doesn't seem to work for him. Now he gets a good run off of 2. Now he dips it down in there, Josh.
Yeah, that was a crazy move by the 316 there, but he made it stick, and he was able to get by the 83. The 83, you saw, was trying to make the same move, but it is just not sticking like it was for the 316. So a little, make the hair on your arms stick up a little bit for Bosey there, but they came away clean.
Nobody has advanced more spots than the 316 of Curtis Mitchell. I would love to ask him why he is racing that car number. I wonder if maybe it could be his address. Birth date, March 16th. Was he born on that day? We'll find out.
If I'm showing my age a little bit, obviously I might have to do something with a specific wrestler, but what do I know? As you see the 316 get a little sideways there, I have to catch it.
Let's stay on this. Bosey on the outside now, going to get a good run. Pinned underneath is Mitchell. And now Bosey's going to get that spot back. Great racing, not up front, but right in the mid-pack.
That was a good power move by the 83 there, just kind of showing his, like, excuse me, I'm on the outside, let me go here.
Yeah. Jump back and look at Mark Hertzog stuck underneath. In fact, he's got two in front of him that are side by side. They get that sorted out. Hertzog again getting in to Justin Baxter. We've seen Baxter on the outside a few times. Hertzog is going to surrender. No, he gets a good drive off of two. Baxter gets a little bit loose. Now he drives it down in there, takes it in deeper than Confucius in the submarine, comes out of corner number 4, tries to get the power down, gets a little bit loose, loses momentum. The man in the popcorn position is the number 7. He has the best view in the house. That is Ryan Hyatt.
Yeah, he's sitting there going, please, will you guys figure this out and get out of my way, is what he's saying right now. Or if I was him, that's what I'd be thinking. You see Hertzog, though, he is trying everything. He is wheeling that thing. He is sideways, just trying to keep that off the 58.
Hertzog in his familiar in and out delivery, and right now that car is going in and out, back and forth, up and down. Hyatt has decided that I guess the outside line is where he wants to go.
Yeah, it's probably the smart move right now, but Hertzog is given one battle on the inside right now. So hopefully Hertzog will be able to hold on to this one because he's probably using his stuff up.
You're not missing anything up front. They continue to race nose to tail. This is the best battle, and Hertzog, wow, they've been side by side for what, 4 or 5 laps now. Finally, maybe Hertzog gets the best of it. He's come up. I'll spot for you, Mark. Clear. Mark doesn't take it, though. He leaves the outside open. Baxter fighting back. Hyatt doesn't want the inside. He's going to tuck in behind Baxter. They get it sorted out.
Yeah, Hertzog did one of those sending in a corner a couple corners ago and just kind of drifted up a little bit to get the 58 a little out of his line there and was just able to drive off. And, you know, it's one of those things. I don't know if he meant to do that intentionally, but sometimes when you're side by side, you know, just kind of you drive a little harder in the next corner and drift up just a little more than you intended to.
Oh, my goodness. Let's go back and look at Hyatt right now. Mom is in the kitchen cooking up some yellow flag stew, and it's going to be served right here, about in 15th position. Hyatt puts it in the wall. Going underneath them now. That's the 37 of Cameron Kane.
I'm not sure if Hyatt just got out of shape touching the wall there. Maybe it did a little right front damage to the car, but it's kind of fading back at this point.
You're saying, Soup, why are you showing us what's going on back here? Well, there's some stuff to look at. Let's look at the 91 up higher. We're in a side-by-side battle. That is Chad Barr. Sorry, Bear. Bear now working. He's got Caleb Brown to the outside. Racing behind the Brown Bear battle is Sean Brady.
Something to start thinking about is going to be the tire wear coming in. We're about getting close to halfway here. I'm really curious if we do get another caution what the strategy is going to be. If some guys are going to come down around the halfway point, or are they going to wait a little later?
Meanwhile, we have a change for the lead. It was a very passive, a very calm, easy change. Alan Kunman now, your championship points leader, out in front. Honeycutt led 64 laps. Kunman has led 6. That's going to be a tall order, and we got ourselves a caution. We're looking for it.
Looks like it might be the 77.
Sean Bradley involved in it.
Oh, yeah, just a little too hot behind the 17 into the corner. Has to check up real hard not to get into the back of the 17 and just loses it. Able to keep it off the wall, though, so that's big.
But I'll tell you one thing, even when these guys spin, it's clean. He's having a hard time. And he's going to pull it down to the inside. The car was not doing well for him.
Yeah, maybe he had some sort of issue or something with the car there and just towed it.
Okay, we're going to change this up. Director, pull up anybody. Tell me who you're pulling up, and I'll just talk to him. Let's pull up Caleb Brown. Caleb, it's Soup up here in the booth. You got a copy?
10-4.
All right, you're sitting back there in 8th spot. When we get going, that's going to put you on the outside. My guess is that's the preferred line. Is that what you... Oh, careful there, Caleb.
Outside seems to be the way to go on the restart. Middle of the run, though, it kind of goes back and forth.
Scared me there a little bit. You were coming up on those cars pretty fast. You got that wound up. You happy with the way things are going so far?
Yeah, so far so good. Car seems to be pretty fast. Gets a little tight on the long run, but happy so far.
Partner, you got a question for him?
Well, you just kind of showed your hand that I was going to ask on the tire strategy here. Obviously, taking tires around the halfway point. What are you just going to condescend it at this point? You're still going to try to baby it a little bit and wait for it to get a little later before you start using those tires up? What's the plan?
Tires don't seem to be falling off too terribly hard. The stop was more for fuel, and if I was down there, might as well get the fresh Goodyears, or I guess in this case Hoosiers, and get it going quick.
So are you good to go the whole way from here?
Yep, good on fuel from here. Some people might be able to make it without stopping, but it's going to be tight.
Interesting. You're a guy to watch. Good deal. Talk to you later.
All right, have a good one.
Good luck.
There's a guy to keep an eye on as they're doubling up. He can go the distance. Can Kunman go the distance? We don't think so. All right. Now the number 3 starting on the inside this time gets a good jump. A little bit of a bump there, a little bit of let's go from Winstead. Winstead to the inside, and now for the first time, Honeycutt begins to fall. He's been out in front for so much, led 64 laps, and now I think the bloom is off the Honeycutt Rose as he drops down in a battle for 3rd spot. Working on the inside there is the 91. That is Chad Bear. Bear's going to get that one as well. Honeycutt fighting back. Oh, you don't want to bear around Honey, but they're working. They bang together. Off of 4, the outside line's going to prevail. Back, watching the show. Butter tripping off his racing gloves is Brad Kress. Sits 3rd in the points right now. 5th on the track. And they get it sorted out. Honeycutt will settle into, I guess, 3rd position. Bear back and forth.
Basically, what my concern was with Honeycutt earlier in the race, where he was really driving off, is kind of showing itself a little bit. He's not fading back too bad, but still, to be able to hold off, or not being able to hold off Kunman there might be a thing in the later on. Only other thing they got going for him is the fact that he still needs to take tires at some point, so he might be able to use that fresh rubber to drive away later in the race.
I think our director was on the battle back there. It was getting really ugly with Bosey and the 45 of Al Corey and the 17 of Caleb Brown. You talked to Caleb on the interview, and he got into mixing it up back there. Now they get it sorted out. Let's look at Bosey. He just cannot, try as he might, he just cannot get it going here. He's sitting now in 10th spot. He's been as high as 5th. He started in 12th. And he's in a hornet's nest right now. 3 wide. Oh, they're going to think better of that. Nope, let's make it 3 wide. It's the 17th thinks to go 3 wide. He knows Soup's rule. Don't make it 3 wide. It never works.
Yeah, definitely 3 wide is just going to make it kind of chaotic, but I don't know if Al's got fresh rubber compared to those guys, but I know the 17.
Oh, there it is.
17 gets into the Bosey a little bit. Looks like they're able to save it and keep going, but oh boy.
He was going to turn him, but he got it straightened out. I think what we have, maybe, and I'll check my timing and scoring, is guys on different agendas here. New tires, old tires.
Absolutely, that was the case. 17 just with the fresh rubber, just he's able to get to the gas a little quicker, able to rotate a little quicker, and just does not anticipate the 83 not being able to go as quick.
That's Hertzog working on the inside. Who's on the outside? Well, who else? Justin Baxter. That's where he's been the whole time. Hertzog underneath. They lose momentum. Hertzog again. My goodness, he is putting on a show.
Yeah, and behind him is going to be Al Corey, who obviously has a little bit of fresher rubber here, and I don't know how patient he's going to be, but
so strange. Hertzog has a reputation of being a very smooth driver, but today he is just wrestling the 57. He gets that pass made. Now let's see if how this plays out with the 45 of Al Corey. Corey makes the inside work. Perhaps the 58 of Baxter is cooked. Take a look at Baxter to see if he's made a pit stop. Not surprisingly, he has not.
yeah, my curiosity is going to be when the next caution comes out here, and how late is everybody going to wait to try to take tires and obviously fuel at this point. But if I were a betting man, I'd be hoping for a caution around 100, lap 100 to take that fresh rubber if you still got it and go from there.
A hockey game is broken out around 5th position. There's just hip checking and high sticking. Roll on the top side. It is too many digit car is Curtis Mitchell. Mitchell on the same tires that he started the race with. The leader of all the cars who have pitted, and we think probably is good to go to the end, Al Corey at 7th. All you little soldiers in Soup's clipboard army, write that name down. Mark Hertzog also pitted 7 laps ago.
See the 316. Oh, big. 316 gets loose into the corner, just clips the inside wall, bounces back into the track. That is just unfortunate.
Oh, and then if we can watch the 333, if we get a second look at this one, Angel Redendas was late on the binders and came up and got a car on the inside, got into Hyatt. This could have been uglier than it is. And then watch Hyatt here and the 333 come through and they spin around. Holy moly.
Yeah, that's just one of those. Looks like 316 was just trying to break into the corner. The rear end just broke out loose somehow. He tried to catch it, and it went into that inside wall. And once you hit that wall, it just shot him back up the track.
So that happened fairly far up. Now, let's turn our attention on car number 3, because here he comes. As does Winstead. As does Honeycutt. Mark Hertzog is coming in again. We're not sure why. Everybody's gathered in the parlor to see who has inherited the lead. They read the will, and it's going to be Matt Harmon.
The good news that I did forget about is there is a fast repair, so hopefully those guys that were involved in that incident have that fast repair.
Oh, my skin crawls every time I hear that word fast repair. I don't like it. That's okay.
Some guys might not like it, but when you're involved in a wreck like that you had nothing to do with, that's when you go, man, I'm glad I had that.
I'm an IndyCar fan, and I can only think, how many Indy 500 wins would Mario Andretti have if he had a darn fast repair? Well, look at this. Matt Harmon up in front. Who's in second? Adam Ring Around the Bosey.
And Bosey got lucky with that accident too. He was able to squeeze his way through without getting involved in that.
So right now, if Godzilla were to strike, we are past the halfway mark. If they called the race right now, Bosey would be your new points leader because Alan Kunman is, well, he's been buried, rustigated, back to 9th position.
I'm curious of two things here. How quickly does the 76 of Honeycutt try to come through the field, especially with how dominant he was on those fresh tires early? And the same with Kunman.
Well, we're going to find out. The pace car is in. We're going to be going green, working lap number 97. Matt Harmon up in front. Bosey in second. Oh, there's some bumping and banging going on. Winstead gets the worst of it. He's going to lose a ton of position. Stuck on the top side also is the 20 of David Rhodes. That's not the road he wanted to take. They get it sorted out.
I didn't know if the 20 just didn't have the grip there. It just went into the corner and did not go.
So now there is a smorgasbord of cars for Alan Kunman to get. They're too wide. He's got an empty plate. He's got the prongs in his hand as he reaches down there. The first piece of food will be Hertzog. He can't get it up. Meanwhile, up in front, behind me, in front of them, it's the 76. My partner talked about James Honeycutt. He is pinned. He wants to go, but there's nowhere for him to go. So much to watch. Bosey is pressuring the leader, but he's not making move yet. We'll get there if he does. The action is back here at about 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Yeah, you got Hertzog under the 20 now trying to fill that hole. Kunman right behind him.
Don't forget about the 97 of Winstead. We got to go up front because Bosey has lost patience. He just made a stab at Hartman, and Harmon cut him off. He's going to try it again. I think he's going to get him this time. Good drive from Bosey off of 2. Dives it down in there. Puts it in. Takes it in hotter than a curling iron on Venus. Now they come out. He's got the spot to the inside. Harmon can't get in there. They are Cialis bathtubs through 1 and 2. Watch the momentum on the top side. Look to drive on the inside. It's the shorter way around compared to the momentum. Bosey continue to work.
Harmon's doing a great job of just rolling that outside, just not allowing the 83 to really get much momentum off.
So let's jump back to the 3 of Kunman. This is the other side of the story. Kunman now has worked his way around the 45 of Al Corey, but he is in amongst it. I talked about Mom cooking up the yellow flag stew. You can smell it brewing right now. It's bubbling over the pot. There's the triple 3 of Resendiz. Go ahead.
Don't want to forget, Honeycutt's coming. He's about to Bosey here for 2nd place.
All right, Kunman has settled down. Now we turn our attentions up front. Bosey has got to go. Because, oh no, does he got to go? He gets right into the back and he loses momentum. Hartman is way off the pace. There's a new leader, but that was the ugliest pass for the lead you'll ever see.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what happened there. If Harmon touched the wall or had to lift or something like that, and then 83 just drove right in the back of him. Not much either of them could really do.
Bosey puts it in the wall, and my partner called it. New leader, old leader, James Honeycutt. Bosey on the outside. My driver to watch. Chad Winstead now working on the inside. Bosey is struggling. Could somebody, oh my goodness, look at that camera shot of Bosey's car. Well, he doesn't have to worry about it overheating. He's getting a lot of air on the radiator.
Yeah, I don't know how much aero is really going to have a factor in this race, but still, If he has any right front damage, you know, knocked some toe out, anything like that, that could definitely prove to be an issue. As you see, it's 3 wide here.
3 wide, and the man in the middle. Oh, the Steeler wheel position. That is the 28.
You see Kress is trying to find somewhere to go. He's just like, I got the momentum, so I just have nowhere to go.
Excuse me, it's the 3 of Kress. They get that sorted out. Ryan Hyatt is back after his problems.
Unfortunately, this is not going to go well for Bosey, and pretty much what Kunman's, you know, hoping for at this point.
All right. Bosey, watching it there, he finally lost it. That was Brad Kress. He was hanging on to it for half a lap. That may be good news for Bosey. Don't know. I'm assuming he still has that fast repair. He can come on in, get that done, and he'll have, well, 40 laps to, well, make lemonade out of lemons.
Well, I think the saving grace would be where I believe it was Caleb Brown who was telling us that tire wear wasn't that big of a deal. So obviously get the fast repair. Hopefully his tires aren't too bad. Maybe he can make up some ground here on the 3.
Your top 7 drivers have all been out there for 20 laps on this set of tires.
This is going to be big. Bosey's disconnected.
Oh my goodness. Going over there, we can look there. Look at the pit strategy there, you can see. You can see that all those guys up front are on the same tire strategy. Bosey has disconnected. Now, there are drop races in this series, but here's the bad news for Bosey. Vigen was there when we went to Daytona, and we covered that race. It was the second race of the season. Little did we know it would have such importance. Those are the highest non-scoring races for both Kunman and Bosey. Kunman finished 15th and only scored 30 points in that race. Bosey finished 19th and only scored 26 points. So Bosey will have to take that 26. And that's really going to make, well, how can I put this without killing the drama? It's going to make the comeback to steal the championship all the more remarkable in the season finale. That's how we phrase it.
All right, so coming to the restart here for Honeycutt. Obviously, he gets the start here being the leader. For him, he knows he's got, you know, decent stuff on these fresh tires. Do your best to save what you can. Just keep the gap and just maintain it until you need to use your stuff at the end here, if I were him.
And we go green. Working lap 117. Honeycutt, who has been the class of the field, out in front. Winstead, who has just been biding his time, waiting for his opportunity. He has positioned himself in second position with 33 laps to go. Your points leader, Alan Kunman, in third. And how about the comeback drive for the 57 of Mark Hertzog?
Yeah, Hertzog's kind of creeping back there. Just curious to see if he's going to have anything for these guys.
In fifth is Baxter. Justin Baxter, we've had a lot of screen time. I don't know if I've actually seen him make a pass. I've seen him on the top side a lot in 2 wide battles. Sitting in fifth right now. Partner, their nose to tail. Oh, we got a caution. Is it the 333 again involved in this one? Oh, well, this is no surprise. The 333 gets into the 160. That's just too many digits. That's 6 digits on 2 cars. That's a guaranteed accident.
Yeah, there was another car to the outside there. I believe the 160 was trying to give that car the outside room, and maybe the 333 didn't see that coming.
Tyler Rula's in the 160. And the 333, Angel Resendez. Let's dial up the man in fourth, Mark Hertzog. Mark, it's Soup up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
How you guys doing up there tonight, Soup?
Well, we're doing great. I thought we were going to do way better than you. You got into some early trouble, but you seemed to get it figured out.
Yeah, I got a little unfortunate there with Chad, but the caution fell my way there, and I saved my tires until that last yell that we all pitted. So it's looking all right, but I don't know. Honeycutt's been pretty quick tonight. He's going to be tough to get around. I don't think Chad's going to let Alan by him real easy either.
Partner?
Mark, strategy-wise here, it looks like you're going to be restarting fourth on that outside, being able to see when the leader's going to jump there. Do you think you got anything to make a good move here on the outside, maybe pin down to try to gain a spot or two?
Yeah, I think if I can get up alongside Alan and keep him there, I might be able to get the third, and then we'll see what happens between Honeycutt and Chad up there.
All right, good luck.
Thank you, guys.
Josh, I will never get over the track awareness, the race awareness that these guys have. I've heard it from you too when I've interviewed you during the race. You're mid-pack, but somehow you still know what's going on. It's amazing for Honeycutt for Hertzog to come up with that thing that, boy, Honeycutt's been really good, as if he's listening to the broadcast.
Yeah, there's one thing, when you've been doing this long enough, you start paying attention to everything you can, using your spotter. If you have a live spotter with you, some of these guys might. Just any of the information on the track and just what you see out the out the windshield and your rearview mirror. Just paying attention to everything, because at some point in the race you might be around them, so you want to know as much information as you can when you have to go against those guys on track.
Getting ready to go green. Watch out for the guys in the row 3. They're very aggressive back there too. Great start from Honeycutt. That's what he likes to do on the inside line. Winstead with not a good run. Now that's going to allow Kunman to get underneath him. Hertzog gets to pick his bank teller, his supermarket checker. Who's paying with cash? Who's paying with check? He goes to the outside. He thinks that Winstead is paying with cash. Cumden may be paying with check. This is the quickest way to get out of the supermarket. Right now, they are Cialis bathtubs in front of Hertzog. Hertzog can feel the love that is being dished out from those two guys. Look at the momentum, the drive from from 7 on the top side. Winstead, but he can't close the deal. Cumden fights back. This is the best thing that could happen to James Honeycutt.
Yeah, Hertzog right there, he had the opportunity to kind of keep his foot in the gas there, and he lifted a little bit. I don't know if he got tight. Definitely left a gap where I thought Kunman was going to try to drift up a little bit, but now it looks like that Hertzog's trying to take it right back to him.
Mark Hertzog, if you're listening to the broadcast, I got 2 words for you. 3 wide. Hertzog will not do that. That's not his style. Homie, don't play that.
Thought you said we don't do 3 wide.
Well, it's getting to that point. It's time to go. They continue to race side by side. Oh, such romance between the 97 of Winstead and the 3 of Kunman. Yes, when you think that Winstead has got it locked down, he gets no drive off on the outside line, and Kunman comes back on the inside. Hertzog. Oh, my goodness, he should see if he can get himself a doctor's degree, because he has lots of patience right now. They continue to race 2 wide in front of our Hertzog is faster than both of them, at least when they're racing 2 wide.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you just, pushing it 3 wide is really going to push the envelope and a good chance of wrecking all of you, especially knowing Kunman's in the championship hunt here. So I think Hertzog's doing the respectful thing, just trying to buy his time right now. But as those the laps start clicking down, he's probably going to get more and more impatient.
Winstead finds the wall, and that's going to allow the number 3 to secure second position. Going to the top side. Well, who else? It's Justin Baxter. Doesn't work. Now he gets back in line. They are really behaving farther back, a little too wide fighting going on, but nobody wants to bring out this late caution. Everybody who's racing back for like 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, they're all behaving. Baxter's going to try the inside. That's not going to work. That's not where Justin Baxter likes to go. And he says, no, Hertzog puts it to the wall, so Baxter has to go to the inside.
I see Baxter getting tight coming off the corner there, and Hertzog really pinching him down.
He just does not want to go down there. Let's get an interval from James Honeycutt to Alan Kunman. I'll give you car lengths. It's 12. Uh-oh. There we got. Everything's good.
Right now, the last thing Honeycutt wants to see is a caution, and probably what Kunman wants to see is a caution, because as these tires wear, when they did a restart after, putting some laps on it last time, Kunman was really able to take the fight to Honeycutt, so.
It's down to 8 car lengths. Kunman is coming. Behind him, Winstead, Hertzog, Baxter, Corey. Have not talked a whole bunch about Al Corey. Started in 14th. Has cut that in more than half, racing in 6th. Good run from the 45.
Yeah, I think things are definitely going to get interesting here between the 4 of these cars by the end of the race, the way it's going. It looks like the 97's just trying to hold on a little bit, maybe burnt the stuff up just a little too much.
The 97 of Chad Winstead in 3rd. The engine of this 4-car train, the caboose being Al Corey. 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Meanwhile, the gap from Honeycutt to Kunman continues to close. It's now 6 car lengths. They are single file through the entire field. Everybody's just putting in the time now, clicking away the laps. 10 to go.
Yeah, Kunman has been faster every lap than Honeycutt, but I don't know if he's going to have enough time to fill this gap.
The laps click away. Honeycutt dives it down into 1 and 2. Kunman continues to close. Might be a case of too little, too late. But now we have a couple lapped cars to deal with. This could slow Honeycutt down. One of them is the 55 of Adam Shaw. He gets out of the way. And as does Samson Lewis. Great job from those back markers. If you see him at your local chapter of Backmarker United, give him a good donut. What do you got, partner?
Nothing makes you more nervous as the leading car trying to hold off a charging, car in second place, and that lap car is bouncing off the wall as you're trying to go by. That just gets you nervous.
It's also a recipe for a yellow as the 4 cars running 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th go by. It wasn't pretty, but the back markers do a good job of getting out of the way, and we stay green. Oh, the laps continue to tick. Kunman doesn't know if he has enough. The bad news is, even if a caution were to come out, Honeycutt has been so dominant on restarts on the inside.
Yeah, Kunman's trying. That last corner, he really sent it in that corner hard, but you can tell that Honeycutt was just able to get the exit off.
Tyler Rulis finds a way up top, but the 3 is closer than he's ever been. It's 4 car lengths.
Oh, Kunman slaps the wall there on exit.
It's 3 car lengths. The 3 is coming. Wall be darned.
He is wheeling it. You just see that thing shake left and right as he is just putting everything he's got into that thing.
taking it really deep, but then you can see the drive off that the 76 skid Honeycutt, so smooth. He has been the class of the field. He was stuck back in amongst it for a while, but was able to avoid the chaos. He comes across now with just 8 corners between him and victory. James Butterbean Honeycutt through 3 and 4. The white flag waves. Cunman coming for all he's worth. Doesn't matter now if they crash, we're going to finish. Lap car ahead. The 48 of John Crutchley. He'll get out of the way. Honeycutt off of 4. His picture's going to be messed up a little bit by Crutchley, but he gets the win. Cunman takes 2nd. Chad Winstead gets 3rd. Adam, ring around the Bosey. A discouraging 20th. Oh my goodness. Could you have a more exciting 150 laps? I don't know. These ARCA's cars put on quite a show. As the flashbulbs go in the stands, we're going to take a short break, but don't go far. We're going to come back, run down the entire finish order, talk to the top 3 drivers before we put a lock on the gate. Who are you watching? The Virtual Grip Network.
This is your chance to get behind the wheel. The opportunity to race just like the pros. From the grassroots levels, where we all got our start, to the most popular race cars on the planet. From the Fairgrounds of Nashville to the high banks of Daytona, to tracks that will never be forgotten. Realistic driving, intense competition, all from the comfort of your own home. This is the ultimate motorsports simulation. This is iRacing.
We are coming to you from Nashville Fairgrounds. We have no idea where you are. You know where you are. And wherever you are, we're streaming this broadcast to you. This is the Patreon Pit Crew 150, the penultimate round on the Triple Bypass ARCA Series Season 9 schedule. The results are in. Let's give them to you right now. He started on the pole. He finished in the lead, and in the process, he led 108 laps. We're talking about James Honeycutt, the class of the field. Sitting top of the points and coming home in second is Alan Kunman. And I'm telling you, that championship is a lot closer to going to the Kunman household than it was before this race began. Chad Winstead finishing in third. Justin Baxter put on quite a show. Started in sixth, finished in fourth, spent most of the time on the outside lane. Great run from him. Put on quite a show for us to watch. Mark Hertzog, well, we thought he had a chance. He worked his way up to the front, didn't have anything at the end. He helped to settle for fifth. Back half of your top 10, Al Corey, Cameron Kane, Matt Harmon, David Rhodes, and in 10th position was Ryan Hyatt.
Finishing in 11th, you're going to have Matt Alfredson. 12th is John Crutchley. 13th is Tyler Ruliz. 14th is Adam Shaw. 15th, Caleb Brown. 16th, Samson Lewis Jr. 17th, Angel Resendez. 18th, Chad Bear. 19th, Brad Kress. And 20th is Adam Bosey.
He finished 21st, but he did have the highest number car of anyone racing. The 316 of Curtis Mitchell comes home in 21st. Sean Bradley will finish in the double duck spot with Mark Gerald behind him in 23rd, 104 laps behind the leaders. With that said, let's go ahead and see if we can dial up James Butterbean Honeycutt. James, you have a copy.
Got y'all.
Hey, you were the class of the field. We got a little worried about you when you fell back in amongst it. It got pretty crazy back there. You were able to get through it and then get up and drive to the lead again, then hang on.
Yeah, I was worried initially with Harmon and Adam getting into each other in the wall. I was worried I got some front damage, but luckily I was able to get past them quick enough before Chad Winstead got on me.
You were able to get the pole. How much different is the racetrack? The qualifying was in like the late evening, about 6:30 sim time. Race was in the darkness. Was there much difference in the track between the two?
Not initially. I would say about the first 35 laps, it was very similar. I only took 2 tires on the last stop, and it felt about how I did around lap 60, lap 50, and it just turned it to the corner so much better and did even better on exit.
Any particular reason why you were so dominant on this track? Is this have you raced here before? Do you like it? Does it suit your driving style?
Now, I've never raced here before, but driving into the corner, arcing it, and then flooring it on exit, that's exactly how I like it.
Well, man, you put on a great show. It was fun to watch you race. You were up in front for a while, led 108 laps of this thing. You were the class of the field. Congratulations. We'll see you in the season finale.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all so much.
James Honeycutt, your race winner today. All right, let me turn it to my partner. Who you got?
All right, finishing in second place and coming out with the points lead here, we got Alan Kunman. Alan, you got me.
Yeah, I got you. What's going on?
Man, that was one crazy race. It looked like you were reeling him in at the end there. Anything you could have done different to maybe catch him and get that win?
I'd probably be a little bit more aggressive, try to get around the 97. I'm sure I probably used up a lot of my stuff trying to get around him. And if I could have added maybe 5 more laps to the lap count, probably would have been it.
Yeah, you were definitely wheeling it. I'm watching you at the end there. I was like, you're watching that car shake left and right. He's putting everything in that to try to get to him. Early in the run, you definitely see Honeycutt was really driving away early in the race. And I saw you just kind of, letting him do his thing and see if he burned up his stuff. Was that really the plan, or are you just trying to save your stuff for a later run? Like, what was the deal there?
Yeah, that was pretty much the plan. Got a good jump on the initial start. Got around, led a few laps, and then I could tell that he was just being aggressive. I guess just really wanting the lead back. So I just let him go. Sat back a little bit, tried to save my stuff, and it was working out until we got the first caution. But after about 50 laps, we started, well, really after about 40 laps or so, we started running faster lap times than him. And then after about 50 laps, the car really started to come in. move it around, put it wherever I wanted to in the corners. Just unfortunate that we couldn't really have a super long run, like 80 or 90 laps, but it's all good.
Gotcha on that one. So I know you were obviously in the points championship here. Bosi having some unfortunate, incidents during the race. Once that happened, what was your mindset? Were you thinking more points and just stay in front of Bosi during the race, and then once he got knocked out, you just were going for the win, or was it win the whole way?
Yeah, well, it's always win the whole way. But yeah, once I saw how much of a gap there was, after qualifying, I knew it wouldn't take long for him to be up in the top five, which it didn't take long at all. But just the whole race, try to stay in front of him and gain as many points as I could. And then once he had whatever happened, I don't even know what happened. I haven't gone back and watch it, but that was unfortunate. So after that, it was still go for the win, but still, keep myself out of trouble to get the best finish possible.
Gotcha. Well, congratulations on the second place, and you're looking good going into that final race there. So, final thing, is there anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, appreciate you guys for putting it on. Appreciate my wife for letting me do this once or twice a week, and all the guys for coming out. Um, look forward to next week. I was really nervous coming into this week, and I know I'm going to be nervous going into next week because these two tracks they aren't my favorite. Came out with a good result tonight though, so hopefully do the same thing next week and maybe hopefully wrap up that championship.
Alan, VGN policy. You can't thank the wife without giving us her name. What's the lucky woman's name?
Her name is Samantha, and she's the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Oh, now that's how you thank a wife. Hey, good job. We'll see you down the road.
Thanks.
Oh, that was wonderful. All right, let's go ahead and dial up Chad Winstead now, our third place finisher. Chad is soup up here in the booth. Chad, I've covered you in a series that we don't do anymore on VGN, so I'm familiar with your racing, and I was not surprised. I see you late in the race. You've got yourself poised into second position. That's what Chad Winstead does.
Yeah, man. I was a little upset on the it was a previous restart that I would have been in a really good position and probably up front. But somebody checked up. There was a little
Yeah.
calamity that happened in front of me, and I got pushed back 3 or 4 positions in that. If it wasn't for that, I felt like I had a really good shot at winning. But overall, still a fun race. Happy to bring home a top 3 after some really bad luck the last few times I've ran here.
Yeah, in fact, we watched you do a couple restarts on the inside when you were starting in third, and your car was going. You were ready to go, and to the point of giving the leader a little bit of a bump to get going there. It was fun. You weren't able to hang on for second. Come and got you at the end.
Yeah, that very last restart did not fire off. Honeycutt got a pretty early jump and wasn't quite prepared, and Alan was able to go on the inside and gave it everything I had. But he had 4 tires, I had 2. He was a little bit faster than me, and that was all she wrote. I'm just happy to hang on to a podium.
VGN's going to be back for the season finale. Will we get to see you? Are you going to come back for that one?
I should be here. Should be available. Should be running. Hoping maybe next season I can run full time and have a shot at the championship.
It's a couple days before Thanksgiving, so tell the family to get their priorities. And it's the season finale. They can just relax around the holiday, man. We hope we see you. And if not, we'll see you next season if we get full time on this one. Good job.
Yeah, thanks, Soup. Appreciate you guys.
Chad Winstead, your third place finisher tonight. And that's going to do it for us here on the Virtual Grip Network. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. You can see when we're going to be coming up again. We got one coming up Saturday night. That's going to be at South Boston. Oh, Sobo always puts on a good show. That's going to be the modifieds. And then you see a couple more things down there. Phoenix coming up, and far as Rockingham will close out the season for this series. With that said, we hope you enjoyed the broadcast. If not, we'll try to do better next time. On behalf of everybody here at VGN, we'd like to thank you for watching. Until we see you again, have fun storming the castle.